guys, welcome back to the Imaxit YouTube platform. I'm your host, JD. If you're new, please do smash that like button, share, and definitely subscribe. If you're a member of the channel, massive respect you a lot. And how to become a member, please do click the join button. YouTube will help you along the way. So as you saw by the title, we're going to be talking about Steve Mcclaren and Jamaica Reggae boyz. We're going to be talking about football right across the globe itself. But definitely because from the other day, Pastor had made some statements and they had said that they wanted Pastor to come on. So Pastor will be here. All right. But at that same time, I will go through all my things that I'd like to talk on, which is football, to be honest. All right. Yes. So whenever Pastor comes on, he comes on. So let me just go with some results very early before we get into the breakdown of the Reggae boy side. All right. Big up yourself, Chorus. Thanks for being here. Massive respect. So we had the Americans crowned champions. Big up to them, Olympic champions. All right. Last Olympic, it was Canada. Canada dropped out this time around because they couldn't beat Germany on penalties. We're talking about ladies football, that is. Our program go across a lot of things. You will get ladies football, men's football, and conversations deviated from our normal points. That's how it works. All right. Yes. So you have to just catch up. All right. So congratulations to them. It was Mallory that slotted one from the inside left channel, or I would say, yes, the inside left channel right there. They had several chances in the second half. First half, I would consider Brazil the better team, to be honest. So Brazil did carry over their form from the Spain conversation. But at this point, it was a little bit off. All right, they couldn't keep the steam running. Credit to United States to use their physicality and tracking them down because United States has players that relies on speed more than anything else. Spain players, majority of them, aside from maybe Salma and maybe Olga Carmona, those are the only two I would say relies on speed. All right, Olga Carmona use technical sides as well, but Salma is pure speed. Everyone else controls the ball, and that is all is there. All right, yes, but definitely this time around it favors the Americans, and in the end they deserve to get the nod. In the end, they deserve to get the nod. All right, yes. Pastor,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I don't think I find it's perfect. I don't know what's happened with the setup right here. All right,
No, I was
I go into
rotating the
the stuff.
phone. I was
Yes, it,
rotating the phone,
yes, but
but
I
it's okay
think
this way.
yes, it's okay this way. Let me
Yeah.
go on all the
Okay.
stream to see if we had guys, remember to smash the like button. I am trying to set it up so we can do a lot more thing. All right. Yeah, man. Big up everyone that's coming in. Massive respect. Guys, I told you that I have some problems for from last night till now. Yeah, I had some problems in my house. I don't know what happened. If it's the new light system, um the new meter system that the guy brought, but half of my light circuit just went out. I had to go and check all the places that the electrician that wired those when we bought it. Um, and he said he will be coming tomorrow. So that's why I'm not directly on my computer. And we are here. But we can always chop up things the right way. So don't worry about anything. We will be here chopping it up. Don't worry. All right? Yeah, man. And thanks to all of the lovely people that checks in. Sian Bowen in the house. We have Joseph Brown and Atai Golden in the building. All right. We were talking about United States and saying that they deserve to win it because obviously you couldn't use any speed transitions on United States. They are built for this thing. That's what they are built for, not so much technical. You understand me? But they had mixed things and they struggle to keep pace with them. And if you had watched the Olympics, United States dominated the entire Olympics. Maybe one of their most dominant Olympics, but I don't know because I'm not a tracksman and I'm not going to pretend like I am the greatest tracksman ever. All right, but based on my eyeballs, they seem to be on every podium every single time. So nobody can take the Americans off. That's all I'm going to
JD,
say. All right? Yes.
as it relates to the United States and the Olympics, they have always done well at the Olympics. from at least from when I started watching Olympics. They have always done well at Olympics. Since the Jamaican rivalry, which by and large is good for the sport, since the rivalry with Jamaica is good for the sport by and large,
Mm-hmm.
um, they have focused a lot on the sprints. Jamaica has, however, dominated since 2008 throughout the Shelley and Fraser Price and the Usain Bolt era, and only dropped off after Bolt's retirement on the male side, but sustained it on the female side up to this Olympics. While we fell below expectations, and I'm speaking Jamaican, no,
Yeah, but Pastor,
I am
remember,
not one of those that believe
you're not
that
going to
Jamaica
explain for
did
in
poorly.
track and field. Pastor, maybe you're delayed. You might have to jump off and jump back on.
And drop back on. Okay.
Yeah. You're slightly delayed. All right, so big up Chuck Norris, Dr. Gigi, massive respect. Guys, as you're coming, please do the like button. Because for this one, I can't pin to tell you guys about the light. I just talked about my situation at this point. We have 80 football in the house. Sean Sutherland said America and the big country oh my God. So Sean Sutherland not going to sell a cocoa juice. It's not going to work. The man them win until we can prove that they have not. All right. Yes, we are here for fairness. If you're gonna say they are dopers, Jamaica are dopers as well. All right. Yes, I am not going to do these things, people. Let me stop the foolishness. We can't just always sell sensationalism because it fits our narratives. When we were winning, Usain Bolt was not. I never wanted to hear anybody say Usain Bolt was a doper, and Usain Bolt was one of the most dominant athletes. All right. So if the man them dominating now, give them credit, man. Love to see others win and let and that influence working harder and believe in something. All right. So don't take away their winnings. I do see them looking like they're working hard. All right. If the media come out and say, Sean, I will not. I think you're supposed to respect the way I go at things, you know. If they don't prove that the man am doping, what you tell what, Sean? I am not coming off my Jamaica team. I am done with track and field. I don't do track and field. All right? Yes, I don't. All right. And after realizing what takes place, I don't want to talk about tracks ever in my life either. All right, because I think it's worse than football. All right, because this is somewhere where we can act ourselves and then we will get a little belief around it. So I don't want to be in it. JD, did you listen to the new coach Mcclaren? Everything he said, you was saying it from the start. To okay, yeah, man.
I just started to follow you on YouTube.
Well, you know what? Yes, I am not in any trouble. I am not. Because see, you guys, I am done with it. Anyways, United States, congratulations. I don't think you are got doping or nothing. You beat the hell out of Brazil and fully deserve to beat the hell. All right, and Jamaica team never made the Olympics. All right, so we sure of that. So he couldn't be talking that. So let me stay on our takes. Bless up Aubrey, JD. There was something more at play against us in Paris. Aubrey, I don't business. All of the track and field channels can talk about that. Cranky can take up that story. All right, you hear Cranky said, "Oh, he's bringing me out of my comfort zone." Cranky, stop your foolishness, Cranky. What kind of comfort zone you bringing me out of? I am talking football everywhere me go. I've talked on track and field, and I've said one thing, and you said sometime I'm not making sense on track and field. So at this point, Cranky, you and your fans are making up stories because the one damn thing I've said was correct. I have nothing more to say on track and field. Let me move on. Lee Young, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Massive respect. Yes, man. They're going to send out. Yes, strictly football. I am not going over to the Cocoa Juice Center. It's not working. All right. Yes. So, anyways, let me get into the discussion. All right, until we can build up the chat. Then later, Pastor will address to what Mr. Peter and others said that they were disagreeing with him. Jay Saguna, Cranky, and all of them said they were disagreeing with Pastor. But anyways, we had some other good results. All right. I think USA is a better team than Spain, but I am on the minority here. Yes, you are going to stay there as well. The football. United States ain't better than Spain. I am almost certain of that. All right, yes, but you know what? You can stay in the minority on that one. So, anyways, we had kicked off yesterday. Let me just brush off this because you know we have to brag a little bit. Yes. So on the big bad England, you had several. Corey Baker, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Are you okay, Pastor? You're looking kind of scruffy. Okay. All right, Pastor. You don't need to worry with him. When your turn come, yes, that's how they are. They want to get you into their delusional cocoa juice center. Always remember, I was right. That's why they have not captured me as yet. Yo, JD, what you think about the new coach? What windbreak? Hold on. We are going to talk. Windbreak, our streams are organized. So if we say we have the coach in it, we are going to be talking about the coach. But you're going to learn what took place between yesterday and today. That is what we are here for. All right? Yes. Don't worry yourself. All right. You guys, let me have to channel my Kendrick vices. I know I have that talent, but hold on. All right. Big up yourself, Lamar. Massive respect, big boss. All right. Yeah, man. Thanks for hitting up the like button. Yesterday, you guys did the like button. Not so justice. So you see, if I don't finish with 100 likes on this one, watch me and you guys. But it's okay. All right. So, anyways, big bad Manchester City took on Manchester United. I don't know, Mr. Wilson. I don't know why the pastor is not in church. I think you see the pastor over there cooking. So I think that's what he's doing. So you could have just looked for a little while and then you would have figured out what the pastor is doing. All right? Yes. And the pastor is here to talk on his football. So leave the pastor alone. Just like we have pastors in the YouTube platform as well. Why wouldn't you don't tell him to go to church? Why don't tell him to go don't do pastoring? All right, so wanna leave this pastor alone, no man. What is wrong? I have to beat you on Sundays. Wanna really want me to beat you on Sundays? Oh my God! They need to give me the big up. All right, so let me talk, people, because I'm trying to get into football and I have to be beating everybody. All right, yes. Until you advise on the next pastor to go to church. When you can tell his pastor to go to church, even though I know that today is not his church day. All right, yes. Dockland Stennett says, Pastor went to check on the right day already. Oh my God. Me and your friend, you know, treat me so. No, I'm just joking. Oh, it's Sunday. I'm just laughing. Sometimes these things are not personal, you know. These things are not personal. Let me. I am charged up, guys. Let me see. I'm charged up. Hold on, let me see my watch. I have already done 12,000 steps for the day. I've already gone to the Netherlands. I've already done wipe out my entire house, vacuum out my entire house, and clean my entire house. All right? I am on steroids. All right? Yes. So when those boys come talking about they're fit like me, they have to make their kids tell lies for them. They are not in the league of the fit guru. All right? Yes. Anyways, let me go back to football. God. JD, man want burn out some of them liar YouTuber where love mail up stories. Okay. It is at 20 minutes to 5. 20 minutes to 5. You can look at my watch, sir. My watch will turn on by itself. Oh, no. Give you my eyeball. And it's on the screen. And you can zoom in the screen. All right? Yes. Say it with my chest. All right? And that is 4 days in a row. I have gone over 12,000 steps. 4 days in a row. I've dropped almost what? 8.5 pounds. 8.5 pounds. Yes, I have workout every day. I have the video for basketball showing Cranky and Jay Saguna that man's out here doing their thing. We don't just talk it, we do it. All right, like Nike. All right. So, anyway, let me continue.
I am doing chair exercises. I'm not going to the court.
JD, I hope you charged up like Duracell and not like the knockoff ones. Oh my God. All right. You eating my kind of numbers, Jaja. Hold on. If you don't come with a proof, I am not believing you. Because 12,000 steps ain't normal. And I know you're not in the fit calibers myself. All right. JD, mans make 25,000 steps Monday to Friday. Hold on. You make 25,000 steps per day or 25,000 steps in total? Because I want to think it's in total. And I've made it in 2 days. All right. So man's brushing off close to 100 and each day. All right. I can't talk to you then. I can't talk to you then, but I would have to see some of you guys 25,000 steps. If you drop your steps that you have covered. If you're rewatching this video, people, this is the enjoying one. You know, I am into site recycling. Okay. All right. I will believe you on that one. I do walk for 6 hours in my job. How many steps? That means you do more than me right there. Remember, I have to go on machines, people. All right, and then I have to go to the park to do my exercise. So majority of my steps come off my exercise. So maybe a cool 8,000 of that. All right, yes. So that means I'm doing work in the exercise department because over 35 to 40 minutes and it's 8,000 steps. That means I'm doing good. Yeah, you don't worry, people. Slow down. We don't want to disappear for Christmas. What happened? They said that I'm gonna die. What a wicked. My lowest is 12,000 most days. Oh my God. I pick bins up in almost 560 hours a day. Okay, all right. Yeah. I believe you. I train 3 times a day to box a certain YouTuber. All right, let me concentrate on the football. It look like I have to up it to 2 times. But
JD,
obviously he doesn't want me to die. All right. So if I am not dying
don't get taken by that one.
I'm going
Don't
to
get
die
taken
by
by that one.
the hands of a duckland, of a duck.
Call
Right?
that one daughter. Call that one daughter to find out if anything is so real. Nothing no go so. I have enough experience. 3 times a day to maximum match with you.
Not true. Yes.
Not true. Calling data.
It's
I
the coming
don't
now
believe it.
and we haven't started as yet. I don't understand this. All right. Wind, rain, ice, snow, and sunshine. Oh my God. All right. So Manchester City went out with Akanji, Rico Lewis, one of the young kids. All right. Ruben Diaz, Yasko, and Vardial at the back line, and Edison as well. All right. Lee Young said, JD, you know that those watches are not accurate. You can sit on your couch and swing your hands, and it will count steps. Lie, you're telling. Look at it. 6,858. Look here. Not one move. Look, not one move. Not one move. One second. See it? 6,858. Bruh. The watches are expensive. They have designed that way. All right. It have different metrics than what you know. That counts the steps. So relax yourself. You're just trying to take away my credit. All right. But the credit will be mine today. And Ramsey, love you. Big up yourself. Hope all is well with you and the family. So Yaskovardial, Akanji, Diaz, and Rico Lewis. That's that back line. And Edison out here playing midfield. Nico O'Reilly, one of the young kids again. Mateo Kovacic and Makate, one of the young kids again. The young kids that Man City doesn't have. They seem to have a billion young kids. Oscar Barber, one of the young kids again. All right. Erling Haaland and Doku, one of the young kids. Erling Haaland is a young kid, and Doku is also. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Vardial is a young kid as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 of them are under the age of 24. All right. Yes. On the starting lineup yesterday. Against Onana, Maguire, Evans, Dalat, Lisandro Martinez, Menu, Casemiro, Ahmad, Mount, Rashford, and Bruno Fernandes. Those were the individuals. The first half, I would say that City slightly looked better in the first half, but you know that Manchester City are breaking runs are very, very Manchester United breaking runs are very, very much effective, especially against City. But yesterday, I want to say that the kids them did some good job. I thought that Manchester United could have scored maybe two more goals aside from the goal that they actually scored. So let me give them credit for it. But City could have scored over two as well. So based on the overall performance, I would slightly say that I was very impressed with Manchester United, especially to hold their shape for the entire 90 minutes. And based off that, it tells me that they are learning the style of the coach. And this is something that we're going to talk about today, as sometimes we need to stop jump to beat coaches in the first season. And that's why sometimes it's not fair to beat Jamaican coaches. You know why? Because when you come in, you have to pick, you have to do with what you have and shape your team around that. And then over time, you get the pieces that you want to make it into your system. All right. And I said that about Tenag last year, and I strongly believe that's the case. So when he can have more kids to mold them around his system, it will look much more refined, and especially some of the players them like Alessandro Martinez that he brought in for his own system. Casemiro brought in for his system. You have Menu, Ahmad Diallo, and Bruno is a technical player himself. Mount is a okay player. Dalat is a technical player himself, and Onana he brought in. So even though they are not at the highest what he wants, you could see that majority of the players are aside from three, Rashford, Evans, and Maguire, everyone else can conform to his system, and it looks a lot much better. All right, so give him a little time for him to bring in his entire pool of players, and I can promise you it will be better days. All right, guys, remember once you come in, hold on to the screen or press double tap the screen, you're going to see the like, the share, and the subscription comes up, and that's how you're going to get the likes up on the video. So if you're struggling to find the like, that is how it goes. All right, so do that for us. Get us to 50 very fast. We're off of 50 in 22 minutes, which is not good. All right, because that's not going to tell the people that we're talking sense here. All right, so if you think that we are part of the bunch of sensible people, definitely do that on the like button. So it ended 1-1 on normal time, then went into penalties, and Evans missed his penalty. Bernardo Silva missed his penalty as well, and Sancho coming back missed his penalty also. All right, so City won 7-6 overall. Past, I don't know if you watched the game, but even if you don't, what do you think for both teams? So we can move
Did,
past.
didn't watch the game, but these are two of my three favorite teams, the teams I support. Um, the team that I have at number one was on the losing end, but I am happy that
Mm-hmm.
the commentary suggests that they were in the game for the duration of the game. And based on how last season went, it is good that they showed up this way against last season's winners. And I am not speaking with the players that were utilized on the day, because once the system is a winning system, the same coach, same players, even though these are the younger group, I am very happy with that Man U will have a better showing this season. It argues well going forward.
All right, and based off how we could see Tenag turn the screw in Manchester United of after a tough season. Let me segue into Jamaica. So we're going to mix up things. We're going to keep on going on the scale, but we're going to segue back into Jamaica. So for people that has short attention span, we're still trying to work for those people as well. So would you not apply the same subject to say that maybe we are jumping to judge the coaches because they have even less time with the players?
I was never one to judge the coach on that premise, the Jamaican coach is on that premise. when I speak critical of the coaches, when I see them going down the road that we know has been proven to be unproductive.
Yes.
But in all
But
fairness
I
to
never
an
told you. I'm
in
just
all in
asking
all
you.
fairness to an international coach, they have less time than a club coach. So we need to be careful, even in the critical analysis that we offer of the international coaches, knowing that, especially in Jamaica's case, we recycle coach ever so often. That yeah, the coaches arguably never know the players that they have and never get the players that they think they could make better use of. So, in all fairness to the Jamaican coaches that we've had, none exempted, I don't think that they can be measured differently than how we measure like Ten Hag. No, you'll see that with time, his system will bear fruit. So, given that, I think we need to give the Jamaican coach the same kind of latitude that once they implement a proper system, give them the time for it to bear fruit.
I tend to agree as well. And I agree from your standpoint as well. When you hear them coming off to the Cocoa Juice side, that has
Yeah,
nothing to do with production and
that
systems. That is just pure people in your head and manipulating you to veer off your actual job. So I do agree right there. We have Aubrey said, but Man City used second 11. It doesn't matter, Aubrey. Manchester City second 11 is still good enough. You understand me? So I don't think that really matters much. That really matters much. That means we can't take nothing what people do in preseason, which I don't believe so. I think you have to take things that people do in preseason because that's what they do, set up off. When Liam Bailey got double sub, what the coach said, because he was not in preseason working on our system. So that simply means preseason is about a system, just the same. And that's why it starts that way. So we can't say at one time we agree with it and then the next time we are trying to avoid it, not to give Manu their credit. I think they deserve their credit right there. Then we have a few Jamaicans who were in action. Cardiff versus Sunderland, 2-0 right there. Sunderland won. Hull versus Bristol, 1-1. Leeds versus Portsmouth. This is in the championship. 3-3, very good start. Middlesbrough gets a 1-0 knock over Swansea. Millwall 2, Watford 3. And then the first one is Oxford that we have the Jamaicans in. So Oxford won their game 2-0 over Norwich. And Greg Lee starts off the same way. Aubrey, please challenge my points. Just listen to what I've said. I'm begging. All right? Yes, I'm begging. Let's challenge your points, and I will try to go back on what you said, refute it or agree with it. All right? Yeah. Greg Lee came on in 86 minutes. All right. Remember, this is how he ended the season as well. So is it that Greg Lee is too early to call, or you're saying that he's going to struggle to cement a starting spot? Because that was the same thing happened to him at the end part when you have all of their playoff games and all of their late set of games. So what say you guys?
I I don't know the ins and out of Gregley's position at his club, but I think he is mature enough to have looked at what the situation is. And if it is that he's not going to get playing time in a World Cup qualification year for the national team, that should have influenced some way how he made his contractual decisions for this season coming. Especially now, or more so now that we have Mcclaren as the coach. And from the press conference, he spoke several times about the best, getting the best available players, players with the quality. So if you are not playing, you would have to be measured based on what you did rather than what you're doing. I'm just interpreting what Mcclaren said from the press conference. Or you are going to be overlooked. So I am feeling a little bit apprehensive for Gregley because he's one of the players that I believe has shown the measure of commitment and desire to fight for the cause. And I would, want to see him as part of the program for as long as that is possible. So I'm a little bit apprehensive to be coming on 86 minutes. It means that the coach basically is not looking to you as his trump card. If it were that he wants to play you as a trump card, you would have been getting at least 20, 25 minutes. So, I mean, and to the person, while I'm wrapping up, to Omar Fowling, he didn't say anything about you have to be playing. He said quality players, available quality players. So you
Yeah,
would
but
have to be judging him based on past things rather than present.
yeah,
If
but
you're going,
Pastor, but also he would have been judging him based off availability of others. Because if you think
yes,
he's getting 3 minutes in the
yeah,
championship, it's better than the JPL. So
yeah.
clearly he would still get picked over the JPL. So all of those conversations. That's why I asked you if you think his situation. That's why I never ask you connected to Jamaica. I ask you based off his situation if you think that he's gonna
No, no, no.
get back on
And,
the pitch.
and that's why I use the word apprehensive. I'm a little bit, iffy for him. Because he's one of the players I have a lot of time for. The fight and his awareness in our back. I have a lot of time for Greg Lee. So with that said, um, 6 minutes for me, I don't want that to be his situation going forward because I want him to be one of the players that Mcclaren is looking on as we progress.
All right, all right. So let me just set the comments in right here. Guys, as you come in, please do it like, want to share, and subscribe. All right? Yeah, man. Omar Follen said, if I knew the guy playing overlay, then I would be able to decide. Okay. Then take a look on the position and everything, and then you watch him for 2-3 weeks, then you can ask it, you can answer it. All right. Pastor, did McLaren say you have to be playing? All right, so Pastor answered that. Alj, big of yourself, thanks for being here. I think this new coach was hired for recruiting purposes. Great players give us a better chance. Therefore, his resume gains the respect of the top players. Therefore, he will bring the top players in. Jamrock Rental, big up yourself. Thanks for being here, guys. Go and support Jamrock Rentals, as you saw in the name, Jamrock. So, Jamrock, if you want a rental, link up Jamrock. All right, yeah, man. Samson, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. Sean Sullivan says, however, two boys starting for Sheffield. We will Stoke versus Coventry. We had touched on it a little bit. All right, it looks like Stoke took the win over Coventry, so that's a big start for Stoke right there. All right. You had a few Jamaicans and potential Jamaicans included in this one. All right. So the potential Jamaicans are Louis Baker, Louis Baker, and the Jamaican on this roster would be Daniel Johnson. He got some minutes just like Greg Lee. Let me know if you think that he's going to break through this roster this year. All right. Last year, he had some issues, injuries, and also falling out with the coach itself. Caribbean Rivers and Seas, big up yourself. Thanks for being here. And then for Coventry, you have Elisim is a potential reggae boy. You have Mason Clark, a potential reggae boy as well. He's coming up from Petersborough last season from scoring 16,000 goals and equal 16,000 assists. So he's an incredible player. All right. And then now you had KC Palmer came in to get some game time, and Lati Bodier never got any game yesterday. So KC Palmer came in the 82nd minute to see if he could salvage something from it, and Lati Bodier never got called on. So those were the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players involved in that mashup right there. So that shows you how much players Jamaica have around the top flight in England or close to the top flight, which is the second tier right there. So what you made of those players, Pastor? Like you're happy that they're getting
I
into um,
I am happy that a lot of them got times, and then to put the measure that Casey Palmer got 8 minutes, which is two more than
Glee?
Gregory, yeah, is a little bit less discomforting. So the reality is that maybe the coach already know what they have to offer and he is easing them back in. But especially with the assignments coming, I want all of our players that are available to us to be among those players in their teams that are getting game time. I am happy for Daniel Johnson because of the internationally born cohort of the international players. He's the one I'm worried most for.
Daniel Johnson. Agreed.
Daniel Johnson. So I
Let me just bless up the people that just come in and they can go on. All right. Lovely Beauty said, Pastor, you need your own show at this point. Every Jamaican centered sport channel, but this is not a Jamaican centered sport channel. So you're wrong there. Lovely Beauty. You already got cornered on the Sunday morning. Sheridan in the house says, bless up Imaxit and we family. Special respect to my brother in the faith, Pastor. Yeah, man, Pastor. Big up to Pastor. Ricky Rampasad said, just checking in. Massive respect. Yeah, man. Big up yourself. Yes, I would say that Daniel Johnson would be the one that I am worried about most. All right, so we have a lot of players to go through and we only have 2 hours. All right. Oh, Lord. It wasn't a this. No, but I'm telling you that I'm not a Jamaican-centric channel. So at least Pastor is stepping up and going different places as well. So it's not a this. It's just a din. Something to it. So I'm just smoking on the Sunday, you know. When you can't take joke, you're saying something. You're
JD,
saying something.
for,
So
for lovely beauty, for lovely beauty question. JD does football. I do sports. So I participate in track and field, cricket, rugby, and that's why I'm on the other channels. If there was a channel that covered netball, I would be on it. So that's why I'm on other channels. And I don't have any intention to be a YouTuber or own a channel. I am fully well comfortable in supporting those who are plying their trade.
all right, Pastor, no problem. All right, lovely beauty. Hope you get that from Pastor. Pastor saying that he has no problem to be a co-host on any platform because he's here to build his brothers, not to ready his brothers. All right, period. I'm not going to add nothing to that. I am done right there. So, anyways, Reading 1-1 with Birmingham. I was looking out on this one to see if we can see our brother getting some game time. All right, our brother getting some game time. We have not seen that. All right, but Connor Boyce Clark, he was on the bench, so that is a good thing. All right, he was on the bench. He didn't get any game time, but he's still on the bench, which is a start. Which is a start. We had a lot more. We have a lot more people that played, so that we go through all of them. So Petersburg, Huddersfield. This is the one that I was lining up for. Lining up for, yes. We are lining up for this one to see how they are going to set up as a team. Because remember, we have potential Jamaican Reggae boys on this team for Petersburg. So I wanted to see how they are going to look at it. So Madasil came in the 54th minute. So he got a lot of time. So that tells me that they are with him this time. So this is the year that Madasil will be shown up to see if he's above the League One level or he's a championship level or League Two player. At that time, he will, he will know, Leon said, Pastor's shirt might not be red, but his eyes are not red. Yes, well said. Pastor's eye is not red, but we're not going to continue. Let me leave it right here. Let me continue here. We had Wigan versus Charlton. This one is going to be something that a lot of people keep their eyes on because you have young Kaim Dixon, a Jamaican-born kid, that was signed to them. All right. So because he's signed to them, definitely people will be watching every week to see when he can get some game time for them. All right. We had Cara Anderson starting though in their win over Wigan, so a good start here. 6.5 rated Cara Anderson. He got 90 minutes, the whole entire 90 minutes, so that is good for Jamaica's young cohorts at this point. Yes, but we have not seen Mr. Which I am not even sure if the deal has been completed of so. You know, maybe you see 65,000 videos on it. I am not sure if it's completed. I have not heard anything that is completed or so. So we have to wait and see. All right. Yes. But hopefully when it's completed, we can talk on that a little more. All right. Let me see who else we need to get talking on. All right, so that should be it. That should be it for yesterday, and we can come on today's conversation. Today's conversation, right here. A lot more teams playing. All right, a lot more teams playing. But we're going to pause there for a little while. All right, we have Sheffield at this moment playing. We have Sheffield playing 8 minutes in that game. I'm going to bring it up on my cell phone. So whilst we have the conversation, we are watching it as well. Deshaun Bernard starts in this one. Jamal Lowe starts in this one. And on the bench, surprising, you don't, 1 second, let me see. All right, so we don't have Billy Kadama-Thierry in the squad at this point. Don't know if he's injured or what, but I will keep a check on that one. All right. Yes, but two of the Jamaicans playing for said team. Let me go on. Yes, so we have two of our players playing now in the championship. All right. Karai can play so much minutes for his club and can't get much minutes for JA. Maybe they just don't see. I don't know. I'm not gonna answer for the coach. Don't know what the coach was on. Maybe his spirit told him not to do so. All right. Yes. So, Pastor. Yes, Pastor. Anyway. A lot of our players them getting game time, so we can say that is good so far. Who are your how you feel?
You
Cara and
highlighted a player that I do not like to hear his name called because of this lackluster behavior or negligent behavior of the JFF and the football administration and all the operatives that serve in the process of recruiting players for the national team. To date, I have no information or hear any information as to why the documents for Mothersville is still 3 years pending.
I don't think I can tell you that I don't think they think Madison is ready. I don't think so. I'm not going to go into the
JD,
calculation of who think I have heard people when I brought up Madison at the one time I heard even Devon not blaming Devon for this one, but I heard him saying, oh, Madison can wait a little bit. But I never talked to him personally, so I can't call him out on it as yet. But I will talk to him and hear what he honestly believes. You understand me? Because if he honestly believes certain things, then me and Devon are go in a war, but not on YouTube. War otherwise, yes.
the other day, the United States hammered, abused the Jamaican under 17 cohorts that played in Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
They had on their team players that are getting more game time than our favorite center back, Jamaican born player. If our favorite center back, Jamaican born player is ready then mother still turning in cheese. Because him pass ready. I'm talking ready milk. For those Jamaicans who would be able to relate to what I'm saying, the milk powder they call ready milk. Yes.
And that's why.
If the law is ready, then mother still must be cheese.
All right, Sir Pastor.
And I've said that based on the fact that he continues to get game time at his club. And even at this early stage, which is still preseason, he's getting game time. So on what merit would he not be ready? I don't like to get into certain discussions.
It's the U20s, not U17s, all right? But you guys knew what he was
saying.
U20s.
Yeah, the U20s. Yeah, the U20s, the U20s.
Because you know that they were clinging on to that one point to make sure to make the rest of the conversation not void. But what you're saying is... What you're saying
it's the U20s I'm referencing. The U20s I'm referencing.
Let me clear it up. You had two players that were dubbed as national players. That people looked at that was actually good enough to make the team. So based off that, Pastor saying that you have these players playing at a way higher level. So if they are not ready, what metrics, what calculator you pulled out to say that the others are ready? And I totally agree, Pastor. All right. U17 have a lot of players from the diaspora, guys from Spain as well. Float management, you missed the point. That's why I said don't go over the point. And float management, make sure you write down all of those players from the diaspora that makes the U17 teams. U17 team, float management. Make sure you write it down because see when the time comes, I think you are going to be the same one talking. So I'm loving that we are having these discussions on a daily so we can keep records. Remember, keep the same list that you get now. And then you rally back. Yes, Ronnie, yes, read Adrian Reed is talking, yeah. And you had Blake as well. You had Blake as well. That people deemed ready as well. So it's not just one, it's more than one. All right, so Pastor's giving his take. Before which one of the topics we should go on? We should continue to the Reggae boys because every week I'm coming here talking about Leon Bailey and Aston Villa and they are looking. But people said I should not read into it too much. But I think I want to read into it because I was doing some calculation and I saw that a lot of teams adding some other pieces that fits a little bit better so far. So should we be worried about Aston Villa? We want to have that conversation, but I don't know if you want to have the conversation about the other day when you came up and talk on certain points.
I'll leave you to make that decision based on how you see the program flowing. Maybe you want to get Aston Villa out of the way.
For the pillow captain first, because the pillow captain, because I don't want that to be the main part of the show. All right, so the pillow captain, big boss, Leon Bailey. All right, the pillow done. All right, the pillow done, people, not the pillow captain, guys. I don't want the fan base, is super fan base to be upset with. All right. Pillow captain, Leon Bailey and Aston Villa lost 2-0 to Dortmund. Dortmund is a very good team, and the Dortmund starting 11 consists of Sulla, Nicolas Sulla, Nico Scottlebrook. Then you have Anton and you have Jan Koda, talented player coming from City, as you know, best. All right, Sabitzer there as well. Emery Chan. Chan must be like 55,000 years old. Let me check his years on him. All right. Yes, Chan is 30 years old. Chan is playing football from 5 years old, because I know Emery Chan from 5 years old. Big up yourself, detonation, man. Emery Chan playing football from 5 years old. I promise you. I promise you, people. 5 years.
That's the beauty. That's the beauty about picking the player when they are ready, despite their age. So he looks like he's playing football for 45 years, but he's only 30 years old.
My goodness, Emitron 30. Oh, God.
So if he's 30, and based on what we have seen of him, makes it look like he has been playing football for that long. We're expecting him to be in his 40s.
Because I have to go back to let me see what the oldest record I can find of him. All right, so let me see Premier League. Let me see. 2015, 2014 in the Premier League, and then you have to go for a league before that. So you see what I'm telling you, people? Emery playing a long time, man. Long time, man. More than 13, 14 years, Emery playing quality football. Yeah. All right. So that's why I thought he was this old, Yes, he's playing football a long time now, people. A long time.
Yep.
All right. So Leon Bailey and Aston Villa. Let me go back to their breakdown. Yeah. So 2-0, another loss added to the Villains. All right. Are you impressed? Should we write too much into this, Pastor?
JD, preseason is a precursor to what is going to happen in the season. As a sports person, it is what you put in, since some people like to downgrade it to training. It's what you put in training you will exhibit on the field of play. So it's not the result that I'm so much pinning this on. It is the inability of Aston Villa to break down Dortmund to score at least a goal. And the fact that they didn't then brings to question the kind of shape, the kind of quality performance that our player, which is Leon Bailey, would have displayed. Because since he is in the attack, the offensive part of the team, and the team was unable to do that, you have to now be looking at him to see if he's going to carry the form from last season into this season. So while I'm not going to be so off the handle with it, just a little concern to say, okay, twice now, let's see if he can break it and influence the team offense to come up with something. Because this is not their first loss.
All right. We heard Ronnie says Dortmund was in the Champions League finals. We know that. But hold on, don't worry yourself, Ronnie. Let me give you something. Let me tell you who was not in the Champions League finals. All right. They won against Club Athletic Club 3-2. All right. Let me give you that one. All right. Cameron Archer scored one. BDS scored one, and Jacob Ramsey scored one. All right. Yes. So, but America, they lost America. They lost the Leipzig. They lost the Columbus Crew. So none of those teams were in the Champions League finals. They were in America playing football. So I think our question is valid. Ronnie. All right. Yes. And Mr. Cranky in the house. Bless yourself, Mr. Cranky. Hope all is well with you and the family. All right. Especially the Jamaican Track and Field family. All right. Yes, because I saw them in PTSD meltdown. All right. Yes. Let me continue. So the Liam Bailey conversation for me, I'm waiting to see what they have to offer, but I do believe that this is the players that they've lost, those two key players, it's going to be big for them because those players were pivotal towards their positions.
I believe so too.
I know Mcclaren said that they got good enough replacements and they're going to fit in time. I think that the league, we have to put in Chelsea will be back, Manchester United will be back, Newcastle will be back, Liverpool will be better, Arsenal might be better. Even if they are worse, they are still not going to be worse than us.
Even if Arsenal remain the same and Liverpool remain the same. Even if Arsenal remain the same, JD, and Liverpool remain the same.
You know they are going
West
to say
Ham has brought in reinforcement.
I have to make sure I fix up the Arsenal conversation because
you don't want the Arsenal fight.
You understand me? Me and Arsenal bad mind.
The Cranky just coming to chat. He's one of the gunners.
Yeah, maybe he thought I was going to talk about Premier League. That's why he jumps and put his comment, Yeah, so I know the customer bad mind statement.
The thing is,
yeah.
The reason people will be apprehensive about Aston Villa's fortune so far and what it speaks to going into the season is that all of these teams are expected to be better than last season. West Ham brought in reinforcement to make sure they can moderate or manage Mikel Antonio's time better. That speaks better for West Ham. So if you're gonna put
Yes,
in West Ham, Chelsea, Man United,
Newcastle.
Newcastle. Remember, they would have had Arsenal and Liverpool to contend with already.
We know that Tottenham don't win trophies, but we're not talking about trophy winning. We're talking about placements. That's the best thing Tottenham win.
So that is 5 teams you're adding to the 3. No, that's 8 teams you have to contend with. So you cannot be showing decline in fortunes. You have to be stepping up for people to really consider you as impactful. And Villa preseason is always poor. I don't subscribe to that.
I think it stays with the rational thinker right there. I thought last year
I don't subscribe to that because
no, Pastor.
I know what I achieved when I did training.
I never had no eye for Villa, and when I saw their preseason, I changed my mind a little bit and say that they might can be some of the smaller teams, but not the big teams, and they went on to do even better than what I had put out for them.
Expected of them.
Villa may suffer a bit, mainly because they have a tighter schedule this season due to Champions League. We will have to wait and see if they added adequate depth. All right, so people, are you guys ready for the predictions? The EPL predictions, because I wanted last season. Yes, last season when I was watching their preseason rational thinker. Yes, I thought that I saw enough from even Diaby coming in early. Liam Bailey wasn't present because Liam Bailey took part in the Gold Cup, and they gave him a week off. Rational thinker. It's me you're talking to. Yes, last season, I saw enough from them, and when they started, I said that they are going to beat majority of the smaller teams, but I don't think they're going to beat the big teams. So I expected them not to come so high, but a reasonable placement. And that was after me seeing the preseason because I thought that they weren't going to do nothing. All right, yes. So preseason, you can look at preseason, and for me, I looked at the preseason, and I am going to base off what I saw from the preseason. My best top 3 top 5 in order, and also my bottom 5 in order as well. Yes, but before we go there, Pastor, let me just mash up your side of the argument. You had came on the other day, and you had made a statement. I rewatched my video. I went and watched the take of the coach, and I want you to give your take because I thought that even in your statement that you made the day on the stream, Peter came on, and I thought that Peter misrepresented you based off what I heard you said as well. And I understood what you're saying with what the coach said as well. I thought that all of the callers then misrepresented you as well, Cranky and Jason Guna as well, because I listened to what you said and I've listened to what the coach said. So give your statement and clear yourself up because Peter wanted you to come on. He questioned why you're not on live, and so you're here now. So I want you to just clear it up and we just move on. Nothing to argue on. And we just move on, all right? And if Peter want to call in, if Cranky want to call in, Jason want to call in, they call in and see what they have to say.
Just so for anybody else like Peter, who might think that Pastor hides from confrontation, this is not the pastor that does that. This is the pastor that avoids confrontation as best as possible, but is not afraid of a scrap. So I am 5 feet 11 and a half inches, 250 pounds of man.
So
So
what's up with the pounds and
I have
stuff?
said that just to answer Peter,
Mm.
who thought that Pastor was hiding. This is not the tree you bark up. He's not going to hide. No. Since everybody came on and talked about we needed to put things in context, and I took one line from what the coach said and made a story out of it. Let me give you the context. I'm going to start with Jeremiah chapter 13 and verse 23. Can an Ethiopian change his skin or a leopard its spots? This is a JFF that has presided over failed international campaigns consistently. That's the context. The modus operandi of the JFF has been to shop window players in the national male senior team, especially for opportunities in greener pastures. That's the context. I said when I called in, that I believe Mcclaren will have a daunting, if not an impossible task because of two things. And I went on to state them in order that they took place in the press conference. The president, in his presentation, said they had a meeting with Mcclaren earlier before the press conference, but they would be having a meeting with the president, with Mcclaren, after the press conference to deal with the composition of the team. Putting it in another word, to select the team. I then went to the second of the two reasons for me to be of that conviction. The coach, in response to the second media personality that asked him a question, said, and I quote, "There are many talented players available in Jamaica and among the heritage players. And in talking to Simon Preston, Reggae boyz commentary Sports City, Simon told him of 14 players, he didn't say JPL players, 14 players that got their debuts for the national team this year. Having said that, and this is where let me point out Jason first, because Jason was the third person that spoke to be in disagreement with what I said that the reason he's disagreeing after the coach said that, the coach said but Jason did not spend time to say what he said after the but. Now, I have to give credit to the English teachers that I've had growing up. The two Miss Thompsons, the Monica Butlers, the Spences, the Laws, and Alexanders and Millers, and Dr. Sajabi Sinnott, as well as my communication teachers at Northern Caribbean University, Faye Ellington and Dr. I've had good communication and English teachers. When you use a conjunction, you need to pay attention to what comes after the conjunction because that is important. Immediately after the coach said, but, he said, everybody must have the quality. Jamaica, EPL players, heritage players. For everybody that is speaking about context, there was nothing I said that was disparaging, which is the word that Peter used, or cranky when he said he don't believe that Simon would be dealing along those lines, and he used the word disparaging again. I said nothing. JD, you asked me the question. If it was that the word that the coach used was the reason I came to the conclusion, I said, JD, I am not postulating that I know what the conversation was between Simon and the coach. I am only speaking to what the coach said. I went further to say that what the coach said was loud, but also what the coach did not say Simon told him is as loud, especially for somebody like me who has suffered through the xenophobic, divisive, destructive actions of the JFF administration as it relates to the teams selected to represent the country. I said that based on what the coach said, Simon needed to clear this up. I don't see what in that anybody can disagree with me on. Because anybody who knows anything about Jamaican football know that when the coach said, yes.
I don't want to go on undercut you, and I don't want people to say that I let you speak without interjecting. So pretty much what you're saying is because that's what when I've listened to it back in, because these guys let me even wrongfully believe that I've not heard what I just heard what Pastor said, because I asked questions along the line. And obviously we have to have discussion because we are trying to get to some conclusion. When you're just trying to say, because you have some little lines in between there, you are not trying to disrespect Simon or nothing. You're just saying,
exactly.
Okay, because the fan base, you are maybe even trying to protect him in certain instance, to say that if you know what's best, because I have PTSD based off what happened before, it would be best if you come out and clear what the coach just said, because I heard the coach myself, and I want to tell you that.
Stop right there.
Because I went there after I know and hear what you said, and I went there, listened to the whole context of the conversation, and he never made it sound different from what you explained. I'm very sorry. I am very sorry. He never made it sound different.
If they had listened to what I said on the program, when I called in, I went as far as to say
communication. Peter, I think Peter need to go back and listen to what you said before he attacks you. And Peter did that before on my own program. And all I'm saying is, we don't want to deviate from the story itself. So I don't think Peter actually heard what you said, but there is some security for vloggers that goes into the JFF to work, that people think that they need to defend them. And majority of the times you don't need to, because all what you're doing is to make an unnecessary story up, and everybody is okay to talk about. Anybody can be talked about. If I heard something and the department of Simon comes up, Simon text me personally, but I am not going to take it out of my book not to talk on it. I will text him and ask him, explain this to me. And if he doesn't reach out to me and my show is on that day, I'm going to come and talk about it. You don't need to defend these people, none at all, because they know what they were signing up for, and they will tell you the same thing. So just like Peter said, you should not cast aspersion on anyone. I think you should not do the same, Mr. Peter Peter. And the next time you call in, I'm going to call you out on that, because when I listen to it about myself, yes, Starboy Juice Philly, Pastor, leave Simon out of the fooling, please. Okay. The youth is working with the JFF, not for himself. Starboy Football, Starboy Juice. I think you don't listen to it. Was an argument, Pastor, coming to clear up. So Schoolboy Juice, listen to all of the story before you jump to say he's even talking about Simon. He's responding because he never got a chance to the last time, because he couldn't get to come on the program. So he's just clearing his name. And in the man statement just a while ago, the man said he was protecting Simon, not picking up for Simon. And that's exactly what I got when I go back to listen to what Pastor's statement was. Obviously, sometimes people's tone can sound away, and that's why I think some of you guys, let me call out even Starboy Juicy Philly. Some of you guys, what you do is to use tones, to determine how educated people are. I think that's one of the wrongest thing to do. Judge people by what they're saying and the value of what they're saying, to judge people. I am telling you that, because I think that's where Jamaica goes wrong. You're using tonality to determine how educated people is. Maybe one of the wrongest things you ever do in your life. All right? Listen good, please. Because even when Pastor just talked again, you still misrepresented Pastor. So how can the man explain himself when you don't even understand what he's saying? None at all. And that's what we never did the last time, and we never spent the time to listen to what he's saying. All right? But it's the same thing I'm doing, JD, protecting Simon. No, you don't need to protect nobody. Simon, as what I've said, the last time Simon came on our program and Peter asked me why Pastor can't come and defend himself now, I said the same program Simon using, it's me, Simon, call and ask about the program. All right? So Pastor couldn't come on the program because I'm not hiding Pastor. It is because I started the stream, expected to do the stream by myself, and I can't add people on the stream again. So the next time I'm going to be doing a stream, I will be bringing back Pastor. So this is not to rehash nothing. This is just the only time I get to bring back Pastor. So sometimes people want to listen to what the people are saying. No? With nobody fighting. Pastor don't say anything bad about Simon, and we don't say anything about Simon. Philly, Starboy Philly, only one person alone on YouTube space I know is dunce, so dunce that he can't comprehend nothing. And he's the one that caused the most problems and bring the wrong news. Everybody else, I think, is sensible enough to do the right job. And you guys know exactly who I'm talking when I say that. All right? Yes, because people take me instant and tell me who that was causing the unnecessary problem. All right? Yes.
Jenny, look at this. Look at this. Look at this person in the chat. Pastor, tell the truth. You did not burn out Simon. This is how I started. This is how I said what I said.
Remember, I said we're not going to lament on it because we don't see everybody in the chat.
Yes,
we want to move on. Yes, finish your statement and then we can move on.
Yeah. This is the reason. Even though Peter, Cranky, and Jason did not say it like this, it is because they thought I was saying something offensive to or about Simon, so they all needed to protect him, and that is where it comes from. When I said categorically, Simon has a YouTube platform. Yes, he's working with the JFF, but he has a YouTube platform, and I said his YouTube platform is premised on credibility, accountability, and respectability. The acronym CAR is what Simon promotes on his channel. So, him having that, what the coach said puts Simon literally in a bad light, because if Simon have all the information against how these players were selected and the reason for their selection, the coach saying that 14 of them made the team, got debuts to the team because the development in Jamaica is going so well. That is a lie. Simon would have told. So that's why I said Simon need to clarify this. Now I have heard Simon attempting to deal with the issue as he was told, and this is from a show that he did on the same day when you had the show.
Because people texted
And
me.
all Simon was saying was that there need to be context. No, there can be no other context taken from what the coach said. The coach, immediately after speaking about the progress that has been made in football development in Jamaica, said, I was talking to Simon, and Simon told me. So the context is that these 14 players were selected based on their talent, quality, and everything. That is the context.
And that, Pastor, that's why I said I think people need to listen to what the coach had said properly. Listen to the coach what he said properly. Listen to Pastor's statement back again. So Gavin Ebanks, Jamaica Realtor, please before casting aspersion on people, go back, listen to what Pastor says, and then you can judge if you want to believe Pastor or not. But he says what he think he meant from day one, and that's what I got from his statement on the first day, when I was talking to him, that's why I was defending him in that manner. Because I'm saying, I don't think people actually hear what Pastor just said, or they're just reacting to the tone of the person. You get me? Because he had said two things, If you had tackled him on the first point without excluding Simon and what the coach said, I would have said, okay, we can challenge that part. But the part that you tackled, I thought that what Pastor was saying, it's more geared towards he needs to come out and clarify something rather than him beat somebody because it could perceive as bad. That's all, Ryan I said, remember, most people only listen to talk, Pastor. Yeah, but that's why Ryan we are sending him back to go back. Pastor recorded that on the same day that people responded to him. So I'm just saying, if you're a man of your word, go back, listen, and if you think that you have misrepresented the man, you come and tell the man sorry, rather than you casting aspersion on the man right there. Laugh out loud. Sound like him beat him right. I agree to beat him if he's talking about JPL ballers. No, but Gavin, I don't think he was beating him. He's just saying he was connecting his PTSD. I'm not speaking for Pastor here, but this is what I got from the conversation from day one. That's why I asked him, look, go back on the video. My response to it was, Pastor, is it the word that the coach used? Why are you getting so upset? Because I wanted to see why he's triggered by it. That's what I had said in my own video, So that means I was listening to what he's saying and I'm trying to respond to what he's saying. I never really got this security force of Simon. You understand me? I never got that feeling because look at me, people, me. I get the most disrespect in all Jamaican channel. All Jamaican. I'm not asking him. None of them can tell you nothing different. They themselves diss me and their subscribers diss me just the same. And they don't hold back. And I don't take it personal. I just make my claims after. All right? If I'm going to defend myself here, I defend myself. People don't try to protect me. People don't say, yes, this is a lie you're telling the guy. People want to go right here, son, check this. Just like the same video that we are doing right here. Did you know that people tried to tell Simon that I am the one over there disrespecting him? And nobody was over my platform disrespecting him, for one. And I never said nothing towards Simon being disrespectful. I just said to Pastor, if what you're saying, Simon wouldn't be qualified to determine who is the best and how they make the team. Something like that, sir, I've stated. That's all. And I don't know if Simon...
Your exact words were, you don't know.
Simon. But some of these guys, people, I'm telling you, they are some of the worst game on YouTube, and they are some of the weak. They are not men. They are sissies. That's their problem. They are sissies. They can't confront you and talk. Nothing. All right? Yes. After listening to Pastor for a while now, sounds like he doesn't want to hear anything about local players in the squad. I don't think so. I think I don't get that, because I think people would say the same thing, Incursion, about me. And I've always said it's the best players. Look at the other day. I was the one fighting for the Reggae Girls. When everybody said, oh, the Reggae Girls should not be. I'm going to show you hypocritical. Incursion. I'm going to show you hypocritical a lot of people is. Included included people in this chat now.
What you doing, brother? I'm not to get left.
You know, no name calling. I just said they are sissies. I just said those persons that bring information and they can't comprehend and they're dunces, they are sissies. I am not going to, that is not me calling a name. I'm telling you, you are a sissy. So if you need to go back to school to learn to comprehend. So that is not me calling your name. That is your name. So that is his name. Omar Fowling. That is not me calling anybody no name. I am telling you that is his name to bring back news to people, and him dunce enough to can't comprehend. That's what it is. All right. So,
But
anyways,
JD,
about the local thing now. Yes, Incursion. I would sound similar, but who was the one out here saying that Khadija Shah should not get banned for no national team? Because I thought what they did was not wrong. Maybe what they said and people took it out of turn, or maybe I never got it in context. What their money, their funding, the funding did help them to do whatever they are doing in there, because the GoFundMe did pay one of the backroom staff to secure them, did pay for travels from point A to point B, did deal with food as well. The last time I heard people saying that you have
and
to
the
be the right
personal
mentality,
items.
you have to be the right head space to get things done on the ground. And that is 3 things that assisted to your right head space. So that simply means without the money was released, the statement was released where they spent the money on. So why JFF never give them back their money, give back the people them the donation, so them send it back to the people them. So the money was used. Obviously, if the media took it out of context, just like when Liam Bailey said, oh, everybody from Jamaica would want to play for Manchester United, or Ray. Out of context, them take him just the same, you know. But that's what the girl said, and the same thing, you know. But we make up excuse for Liam Bailey and said, oh, he never mean it like that. It's just all Jamaican youth growing up want to represent Arsenal and Manchester United because that's what they know. Because that's what they know. So Liam Bailey never technically disrespect no Jamaica, but he still went out and apologized to Aston Villa. So why apologize to something that you know you never said anything wrong? You see what I'm saying?
Hypocritical.
You see what I'm saying? So people, look at the context. And that's why I have never jumped on the bandwagon to say that the girls were wrong. And only wrong. No. Me and Cranky fight about that. Me and other people fought about that, and I never changed my stance. Go back to it now, Incursion. Bonishaw born in Jamaica. So why would I be protecting Bonishaw if me not like no local playing for the team? Why would I say Blake should start in the team? They are born Jamaicans. Why would I talk about Daniel Johnson? They are born Jamaicans. So it's all about, let me break down things. Come JD. What the girl said was misleading. Oh my God. All right. So what the girl said was misleading. All right. So what Liam Bailey said was not misleading, Incursion. If you tell me said nothing what Liam Bailey said was not misleading, you want me to bring up all of Liam Bailey's 7 points, not one, not one that the girls them said, 7 pointers, what Liam Bailey said, and 6 out of that was misleading. Because the last 10 times, JFA produced 3 out of the last 10 plane tickets that he talks about that him buy. So that is misleading already. You want me to continue? Majority of the games that he played, it was not in Jamaica. So what damn pitch you talking about? That is not misleading. That is Ross lie. So you see what I'm saying? That is flat out lie. And that can be proven with one take. I'm not fighting against the NBA people. I'm just trying to show you that I evaluate things. I evaluate things to say and stand on the truth. Because Liam Bailey
Omar, they
pretty
were
much
not the
lied,
same. Omar
but yet still
Fowling.
enough to get beaten for
What the
nothing.
girls did was not the
And what
same
the
as what
girls them
Liam
said
Bailey did.
could be exaggerated by the people and picking up the story. And when we put out when the story come out, they still spent money that the JFF never paid for. They spent the money. So that is a truth statement. And that was leading towards them into a better mental state. So it helped them to do what they did in the World Cup. So not here, won't never tell me it's a weak. You know, man, I always believe una against woman. That me believe. A country when we say we burn out certain things, we always a fight against woman. I'm now gonna change. That's what I think. No, you are different, but I've just talked. I've just posed two lies,
Omar
Liam
Fowling,
Bailey, and you can't stand up
they
and
are
say it's a
not
lie.
the same. I don't need to read. I have watched that interview with Ian Wright more than 10 times. I have also asked legal advice on Bonnie Shaw's statement, and there was nothing, not even ambiguous. A wicked, no wicked Omar Fowling to say it is the same as what Liam Bailey do. Wicked, because there
No,
was not even
no,
a legal premise for them to
hold on,
challenge Bonnie Shaw.
Hold on, Pastor. No. Sean, I was just proving to incursion. Say once we deal with the matters. We deal with the matters at once. We're not gonna jump and say we hate Liam Bailey because him did something like that. We can't do that. If we disagree with Liam Bailey on a subject, I agree with Liam Bailey on several parts of his points as well. So all I'm saying to Jamaican people, we partition things in our reasoning. So I can disagree with Liam Bailey on this take and proving that he's lying on this take, but yet still agree with him over here. And all I'm saying is, when it comes on to Bonnie Shaw, I did say that she was not lying because I got all the proof to prove that she's not lying, and she's a Jamaican born. So we couldn't be fighting against Jamaican born. We're fighting to get the right information out there, and that should be our only job. Incursion. So you see you go back to the same conversation what we started at. So our conversation is to get the right story out there and don't mislead the people. That's all. And I had to bring the whole story. So if she meant it the wrong way, I was not in her brain cell. Liam Bailey said it the wrong way. That you are interpreting something that she never said, You are saying that, based on how she said it, based on the tonality. You hear the word come up again? Tone. You get me? But Liam Bailey said he paid for the last 10 plane tickets. And then they produced plane tickets to show that they paid for it. So that's a lie. The pitches that he's playing on, when you go back and check the events, he never played on Jamaica pitches. So what the excuse for? American pitches are better than Jamaica pitches. That's where he's playing his preseason now. Me not hear him complaining to Aston Villa. You see, so I could have gone down certain roads and call him out, people. But I've just left it alone. So all I'm saying is, on a pick on a battle, we want to try set aside certain things, all right? And I'm telling you, based on my argument there. If Cranky want to take me up in that battle, me and him will war that out in one of the debates there. She is not wrong in the statement. Because when you get the facts proven out, it proved that the money that they had did 3 different partitions that the JFF responsible for, and they never paid the people them. If they never paid one of the staffs them, under the girl them job to pay the staff is there to improve the girls them. Wrong or right, the staff is there to improve the girls them, Pastor, to make them have the best potential to go there. So even for 1%, them still do it. I feel them money pay for it. So that alone make the JFF wrong right here, because they never pay for it.
JD, I don't even like to speak about it, because these men operate like they don't know the difference between women and men. When you take up 23 young ladies, carry them into a foreign country, and you do not provide for their personal items, what kind of man you be? What kind of man you be?
Oh, okay, all right. So Incursion said it's not players played overseas. He thinks that I'm okay with players overseas. I just don't believe that the local players. So it's the local players. It would come off that I don't like. All right. So Kaim Dixon, I was one of the first person talking about Kaim Dixon on the internet and his talent. When people start talking about Whisper over the top, I was doing the comparison with Kaim Dixon at that time. And I'm saying Kaim Dixon is doing the same thing. And Kaim Dixon looks like a more knowledgeable person, player in the position. I think that Whisper have the pace and power over him. So I was talking about Kaim Dixon. I was there when the Whisper, I was maybe pretty much one of the ones that break out Whisper on the internet via the people. So everybody that's produced in Jamaica, it was my channel because I had the biggest channel from day one, and I was the one pumping these kids. So if I believed in them and I'd evaluate them to the knowledge that I've garnered in school and say, yes, these kids are talented, I think with more effort put in, they can be further. But what I'm not going to do, that's why I said we have to partition everything when we speak. I am talking as if, as it relates to the rest of the players them in Jamaica. I said Whisper would score 100,000 goals in the Manning Cup. And I did the Manning Cup and I scored 100,000 goals. Because I evaluated the competition that he's competing with. So I had said those guys, he's better than all of those guys. And he proven to me that he's better than all of those guys. But you can't have the same conversation with the national team, with Chelsea main team. You understand me? So that's where people keep on saying that I hate the kid. Because I don't transfer the conversation to Chelsea U21s and Chelsea main team. But that is madness. Because nobody in Jamaica can compare to Chelsea main team. Leon Bailey don't show up to start in a Chelsea main team. And Leon Bailey is the best output player for Jamaica presently. So you see, so it's how we have the conversation. So what I'm going to do going forward, because I've been struggling how to deal with this space, and that's why I always wanted to leave, You understand me? So how we are going to break it down now? If I'm on a topic, I am not going to deviate off that topic. So if I'm trying to talk about Whisper and it relates to Manning Cup, I'm going to only talk about Manning Cup. I am not going to talk about, and then if I'm going to talk about Chelsea, because maybe if the conversation is separate, if the conversation is separate, then maybe, because it looks like we love to argue and then we jumble up everything together. So we want to have separate conversations. And when we finish that one, we come off that. I'm not going to build any video with any jumble up conversation anymore. All right? Yes. So that's the best way to have the thing not crumble up in one. Because that's where we're going to have the problem with me and Whisper. Because I've always evaluated him. When I gave him the credit, it was amongst his peer in Jamaica. Because I was watching them. Look at it. Go on my channel. I was watching Concacaf when Cavaliers went up to Concacaf. I was watching every Manning Cup when none of them never want to watch Manning Cup. I was the one doing it. And asked me, why am I talking about this kid? It was me talking about this kid. All right? Yes, incursion. You had said that you remember. So I'm not going to fight on you because at least you said that you know I'm telling the truth. Cranky, me don't know where you're coming to. I don't know what you're commenting to. I don't know if you want the war start today, but I don't know what you're commenting to. But all I'm saying is I'm going to partition these conversations, especially when it's local, because it looks like I get a bad rap for no reason. And I know what I'm saying can be proven, because not one damn local player never leave and go play nowhere of no high level, no top 16, top 6 league. It not happen. We saw that Stuart tried it and go over Salir Netana, and you see where he had to end up. That is reality. Let me stop the foolishness. So everything what I've talked on, proven my statement correct. All right? But if I partition it and the tone, maybe I need to work on my tone in the Jamaican space, because worldwide they respect me for it, but they ridicule me in the Jamaica space for it. So maybe I need to work on my tone. I'm gonna go back into the Kendrick box and find some different tones. All right. Yes. So that's my argument right there, people. So after today, if we are talking to a local player, we are going to identify exactly what we're talking on. If it's amongst his peer or where he's going. All right. And you can beat me if we say that we don't think he's ready for the challenge at hand. I think that is where this stigma of we don't liking local players will get off. All right, I think that is fair. So if you analyze it and then you say, JD, you're lying, that is not true. I think he's better than that level. Then I can have the argument. But if you're gonna jumble up everything, use what he does in Jamaica to match up to something that I know about and you don't know about, that is going to be very hard to prove for you. All right, and it's going to turn out 99% of the time that I am right, and that's why I've right majority of the time before. All right, so let me go there. Let me go there. I figured it out, you know. Big up yourself, JD's dog in the building. Yeah, man. Keep hitting the like button. We wanted to get back to, I don't know if any, I think everything clarified there. Pastor said what he meant. And I have broken down incursion, respect to bring up that point, because a lot of people sold that narrative. All right, so it's good when I clear up that side. All right, yes. Bad Buck Jamaicans, it's Sunday morning. All right, Pastor, you should treat Sunday like you do Saturday. Shame on you. Claudine, leave Pastor alone. I'm gonna stop taking Satan Pastor. All right, so Pastor, you're on the road now.
Claudine, I cannot treat Sunday like I treat Saturday. The Bible says, 6 days shalt thou labor. All thy work, the Sabbath is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. So I work 6 days, Sunday to Friday. Sabbath, I go to the temple to worship as is prescribed. No. So, Claudine, that will never happen. I play cricket on Sunday, football on Sunday, domino on Sunday. I don't do those things on Sabbath. Okay, Claudine?
All right, so Pastor, on the road then. So we're gonna make it. We're gonna make a jump off and then whenever, because we make a jump off and then you come back on if you find a space.
Yes, sir.
Right? All right, so
Right.
that's Pastor, people. Let Pastor do him thing. Yes, so Pastor, later we'll link up. All right. Yeah, all right. So pose your questions, guys, and I will chop it up for the rest of the time. And I'm going to give you my Premier League top 5 and bottom 5 as well. I'm gonna log it. So when we beat out Cranky's Premier League, me and him don't make a video together to do that. But when I do mines and he does his, because he did one before, they can't change his mouth now. So I'm gonna do one. And then you guys go back there and then see if I beat him in that one as well. Because we're gonna have several battles going for the future. All right. What time is the U15? It will be 5 o'clock and 7 o'clock. 5 o'clock and 7 o'clock. So it should be starting soon. Oh, it is 6 now. It is 6 now. Should have actually started. I'm gonna give you. All right. So let me go. Let me go. All right. So once it's facts that some don't want to accept, the tone not going to make a difference in my opinion, JD. No, man. I think sometimes I can talk a certain way that come off wrong. But you have to understand that I still have a passion to want to see Jamaica do better. And if I do think that we are doing foolishness and I know the truth incursion, it's going to still hurt me, you know. So even though I don't act and show so much emotions or the emotion that you expect me to show, I don't show it that much. I still have it. So I'm not, why would I want to be here for one damn year making videos on YouTube for Jamaica when I don't want Jamaica to win? Does that really sounds real? So it has to affect me a certain way. And when I'm rolling around incursion, let me tell you what incursion. You know why? Because when I come with a comparison, I always come back with a player. And I said, this player is better. And then all of a sudden I brought the players them on the scene. The players never start doing all sorts of things when people start seeing it. So that's why people give me my respect and seeing that I'm talking the truth incursion. So I'm very sorry to bring those players forward. But true, I want Jamaica to win. So when people hyping up a player, and I'm saying, brother, this is what we should be doing, you know. So that means our scouting not doing well. But maybe sometimes I do put the players them in the middle, which is wrong. That is wrong. Incursion. And I'm a man, I can say that I'm wrong on that. But sometimes I just want people to understand this what we're the thing that we're recycling, the headmaster want we to recycle those stuffs. And that's why I'm upset majority of the times. Because I think that the people are playing in the hands of the headmaster, their ego is playing into those guys' hands. You understand me? And that is my problem, incursion. You get me? So I totally agree with the incursion. Sometimes I can sound a bit harsh. But it's just because I have the data here and I'm saying, people, this is not adding up. How can we have this little boy doing this at this point, and you're over here said, tell him about a man is the best thing, and an Instagram in the pan, and never play one professional football game in him life. And you have the next man, Premier League team, I try buy him. Him a play in the League One, him just won a league, and him a score goals. You understand me? And then you're going to tell me that he's not ready. Those things really hurt my feelings, you know? So that's where it's coming from, incursion. You get me? I just want to see the Cranky and JD debate. Float management, it has to be on something that is involved with what we're passionate about, all right? Because right now I'm not going to debate for debating reason, all right? Yes, I want to talk about things like this, all right? So like the Reggae Girlz, he won a battle on the Reggae Girlz. I want to clash him on the Reggae Girlz, all right? Yes. Premier League top 5 should be interesting from JD. Arsenal 18 started next week. Oh my God. Arsenal fans, get ready for the second or third place again. Coach Teddy Bear, blessings. Jamal Lowe scored. Yeah, man, we will have that in the next one. All right. So let me continue. Let me continue. 2 hours you are doing 90 minutes. 90 minutes up and running. So, whew. All right. So no matches played as yet. All right. So top five. I've done my mathematics and I'm going to work off my mathematics to tell you who will be coming first, second, and third, and fourth, and fifth. All right. You will get some shockers, people. All right. Should I do this or should I do it? And you know what? I'm gonna leave this out. I'm gonna leave it out and then build a whole video for it. Because that would be better. So people can go back from the start, because I know that people's attention span is very far off. They can't use 1 hour 42 minutes to tell me, to say that they saw what I said. I want them to have my best squad at the front of the video. Is that fair? And then I can let on anybody to come and talk. All right. So Omar Folin says Everton, Brighton, Bournemouth, and the 2 teams that got promoted. So you're saying, excluding Leicester, you're going to go for Southampton and Ipswich. All right, fair enough. All right, so let me just talk about some of the teams at this point. Aubrey says Manu first. Manu first. Arsenal second. City third. Newcastle fourth. Tottenham fifth. So, Arby, you believe that Manu have done so much work. Let me pull up the Manu squad to tell you what they have brought in from what they have not brought in. All right, yes. Okay, said Chelsea is going to win the league. I would believe that Chelsea have the better opportunity to win the league because they have done it over and over. Sack managers and come straight back to win the league. So I would believe that a lot more than Manu winning the league. All right, yes. I think people, it's not delusional. It's not delusional. All right. All right. So let me put in the transfer market. Transfer market and get Manu just to tell you their pieces. All right. Yesterday they played good, you know. I gave them the credit for playing good yesterday, but we can't just use that alone to evaluate anything. All right. Man United. And then I'm going to talk about Arsenal before we finish this stream. All right. Yes, because I know that you have the Arsenal fans in here. All right. So Man U, 31 players there. Pep doing too much experimentation. Okay. That is pretty much what Pep does, you know, Aubrey. Like every year, it was always too much. So what happened this year to tell you that it's too much? Okay. I think Man City is still top dog. I, I have not seen anything from anybody else to believe all the foolishness are be telling me. All right. So let me look at the outs and ins. All right. So top arrivals, top departure. So we have Mason Greenwood, world level talent, out. Rafael Varane, world level talent, out. Anthony Martial, world level, almost potential, out. Willie, out as well. Let me get all of the departures because they're only showing you 5. Alvaro, as well, out. All right, so Brandon Williams, surprising. They never re-signed back him. He's a good talent. Anthony Martial, they never re-signed back him. Good talent. Omari, Forson, out. Varane out. Danny Van der Beek to Girona. I think he's going to look like a better player. I'm very sorry. 500,000? Is this madness? Van der Beek by the end of the year will be valuing 20 million. Alvaro, Carreras, Benfica, Willie Caboala, and Mason Greenwood. So they have let go of Mason Greenwood, which I thought could have helped their team, but we know the situation. Varane can still help their team. Van der Beek could have helped their team, but I'm surprised that they couldn't get the best out of the player. Martial can still help their team because they're lacking of the striker. Brandon Williams is a player with high level upside, so I'm very surprised that they let go of him. And let me look at their arrivals. All right. Their arrivals. Departure. Arrivals. Overview. Let me get back the overview. Marshall is a waste man. Oh my God. He haven't been playing for. Yeah, I know Danny Van der Beek. Yes, of course I know Danny Van der Beek. But I'm just saying, even when he played, they never got get the best out of him. Remember when they bought him, you know, he was one of the star players in Europe, you know, man. All right. Let me look at the arrivals. So these are the arrivals now. Let me see. Because they needed a left back, Malasia, injured for the whole season as well. And look like he picked up a next knock. So that's a problem as well. Lenny, Euro for 62 million. All right. From Lille, 62 million. Zerki is a good central forward, 42 million. Oh my God, those are some big inputs. Are they going to link up instant? Toby from the U21s came up. Amas came up from the U18s, and Wheatley came up from the U18s. So those are the individuals that they brought to the team. Would that be enough? Just a centre back and a striker? I'm not sure. Not sure, people. Not sure. I think they might need a little bit more than that to compete. But it might secure them a top 4 spot. Might. Let me see. If maybe Aston Villa doesn't have that big start and Chelsea maybe drop off a little, because I think that Liverpool is going to be there. I want to think that Arsenal might be in the running, you know, for one of the top 4 positions. Not 100% sure, but we are going to reason that out as well. Yes, so they have added 2 good pieces, but let's see how it works out. All right, 104 million to be exact. Kohli is the next big thing. All right. Well, let's see. All right, but based off what I'm seeing here, no. Let me pull up Arsenal now. Let me see what Arsenal did. All right, because West Ham right now, West Ham doing better business than Arsenal and City as well. You know, West Ham doing better business than Arsenal and City. You know, people. All right. All right. So let me pull up. Watch out for Liverpool. We talked about Liverpool. We gave them their credit. We gave them their credit. All right. So what are they saying here? Tyranny should be out. Okay. All right. Top arrivals. Raya. Um, is there permanent. That's what I think they are saying for 31 million. So he's there. And Ricardo Calaflori is a centre back they brought in. His passing range is very good. Composure on the ball is very good. So I think it's either because you guys, Cranky and those guys told me you can't play with two composed centre backs. You know, so let me hear Cranky switch his word now. If he's gonna play Ricardo and my boy at the same time, the French boy. All right. Because now I will see him because even though he has speed, he has good speed. So maybe he can use that excuse. But he is a technical player, very, very good. I think he's more technical than all of no, not the Netherlands boy. Netherlands boy might have more technical side over him, but he's up there. But he's more physical as well. He's more physical, just like the next two main centre backs for Arsenal. So it's a good piece. That 45 million. I think it's a steal. 45 million. Knowing nowadays price, 45 million might be a steal. Ooh, that. All right, and let me see who they have let go of. All right, who they have got let go of. All right, so Cedric right back is out. Nuno Tavares left back is out. Smith Rowe is out. El Nini finally left the club. R2 goalkeeper left for Wrexham, and Albert Sambi left for Sevilla. So they have not. Emil Smith Rowe would be a piece that they would definitely miss, and El Nini would be a piece that we would definitely miss. I am not impressed with Aston Villa. Their 7 new players still don't better than Diaby and Douglas. That's what I was saying. Aggressive, team aggressive, but they told me that everything is all right with Aston Villa. All right. Douglas was taught by Pep. Okay. All right. So based off what I saw, I had said that Arsenal needed a left back because Zinchenko, I saw that Zinchenko is shaky at times. They needed a centre back. They needed an additional midfielder because Party will go to parties every single year. So you expect him to have the customary 5-6 games throughout the season. And 5-6 games might cost you the entire title. I think 2 games always cost Arsenal the title over the last 2 years. And definitely they need a striker because I don't see Jesus or whatever you want to call him, the striker that they're looking for. I don't see Jesus as that. I don't see Havertz as a striker. None of them. Both of them are central forwards at best. And Nketiah is a striker, but he's not the level striker that will lead you to any title. All right? Yes. So based off that, I still think Aston Villa is short of a few players. I can go into City as well and talk about that, you know. But I can say that maybe a lot of the players in City still have experience. And the ones that came on young got the experience by winning the title last year. You understand me? So all of that counts. You get me? Because how much title that for Big Bad Erling Haaland? Because that is like 2 titles for Erling Haaland and 2 golden boots as well. You understand me? So those guys that we are talking about, Jasko Vardial came on, won it as his first choice, his first chance. Doku the same. So everyone that you would say is young, they have gotten experience over the time doing it. All right, Julian Oyedim and the Bull, Aston Villa has had the better transfer so far. Okay. Man City and Arsenal pretty much have the same teams as last season? Not necessarily, not necessarily. Arsenal gave away from a few of their players. Right. They brought in one because Raya was there before, but they let go of 5. And 3 of those 5s were around the team. So you can't say they are the same team. You know, that's 3 pieces. Boris Johnson, how you doing, man? Big up, big up. Lukaku gone to Napoli. So the Nigerian may have to force a move to Chelsea. All right. Then all right, yeah. He's coming, he's coming. Big up yourself, Boris Johnson. I hope all is well with you and your family. Yeah, man. So, not saying I'm not fighting Arsenal, you know, because as what Frankie would say, Jason would say, all the Arsenal fans in the chat, Nitro, all of them, um, Sheridan, Brian Burke. I can just name them out. They're gonna say I'm just the bad mind Arsenal hater. You understand me? So I have to come up with customer takes why they are not winning. They are not winning, people. They are not winning. And they say that I am coming up with customer takes why they are not winning. But you never won anything. All right, so people smash the like button, share, and subscribe. We have like 5 more minutes. Drop a comment. And then the next stream we're going to build is to do the preview. And that's what we said. Saturday coming, we're going to start our breakdown weekly. Weekly, we are going to break down what's going on in the leagues worldwide. And then we are going to fuse it with every Reggae boyz performances. So you're not going to miss it. You're going to get it live here. We're going to do it like 5 hours every Friday. Hear me, Saturday. Every Saturday we do like 5 hours break. Bring something new. All right. So you guys can know exactly what's going on with the players. Arsenal on my side. You know JD. But them not fire. Them not fire. Like one time. All right. Real Madrid wanted Euro. Him chosen United is a massive steal. Okay, hopefully he's not injury prone. All right. Let's see. Leagues are different. You know, sometimes you think that the players are injury prone and then they go certain places and based on the system and how comfortable they are in the system because Haaland would have been classed as injury prone. Haaland played the first season, barely had injuries. Osimhen, 130 million clause is a hindrance to him moving. But I think now them having a Lukaku, maybe they can consider that, all right? Well, all the best for Arsenal. Let's see what they do before the transfer window closes. But we are going to be there tracking them on a weekly. All right. And we're going to have one guest spot per week. All right. I don't know who I'm going to start the show with, but I'm going to have one guest spot. So people can always be free to call me and tell me that they want to be on the show for that week and that week. You know, once a week we're going to do it. Yeah. 5 hours rapid. So you get everything out of that show. All right. And then for the rest of the week, we can talk on those performances. All right. And then maybe sometimes if the show reach to a level, we can do even Champions League nights. All right. Yes, that's what I want to do. I want to have something that I think teach people more so they can evaluate the players for Jamaica better. You know, because I think the knowledge in the space is not right. And I've always tried to find a way to put the knowledge in the space, but people always avoid it. And I think that maybe it's the Premier League is the best way to fuse it in the Reggae boy space, you know? But maybe they just don't want to learn. But you know what? I'm going to try that one because I don't like to sit down and be out here fighting a lost cause. So at least I will get talking about the Premier League at the same time. All right? So we have chopped up everything, people. Pastor came and give his take. Talked about Big Bad City won the one trophy that Arsenal will be winning would have been winning every single year. So that means no trophy for Arsenal at this point, you know, until further notice. Yes. All right. We talked about that. We talked about all the Reggae boyz that played out in Europe. Yeah. Maybe I would put the MLS one in it because we're still tracking Javian Brown. Very important, Javian Brown. Very, very important. Javian Brown. All right. Let's see how he does at that club. Facts ready about the knowledge in football and local lads. Yeah, man. We had talked about local first conversation. We have talked about a lot more things as well. So I think this is an informative stream, and I hope people don't take it for other things, which I think they're going to, because yesterday they did the last time we did a live stream, they did instant. They didn't even wait until we finish our stream. They carried news, and as I said, Omar Fowling, they are sissies. Anybody who do these things, Omar Fowling, they are sissies. I know you said I should not call names. They wouldn't do anything if I was in front of them. Anything whatsoever. All right? So they are sissies. And I will rest my case right here. Yes. I know you tell me, oh, leave it alone. No, I'm not going to call him out. All right? Yeah, man. If you're not educated to understand what people are saying, you should not be too fast. You should go and work on your dunceness and improve on your dunceness. You understand me? Yes, stop carrying news if you're too dunce. Yes, Omar Fowling, that's what I've said. Yes. So I don't need any defense. I am my own defense. Arsenal, it doesn't look good this season. Believe me, if Arsenal ever win a trophy, oh my God, they are going to give it to me. And Brian Burke, I know. Sheridan, oh God, those two, oh my. I just said, if I don't see a full EPL team, with the exception of Blake, this coach not ready yet. Okay, all right, all right. Well, I would say give the coach time, as what I've been saying, for him to clear out the nice with his knowledge base. All right, because he's going to evaluate, you know? Yes, he's going to evaluate, and obviously the nice will always be around the Reggae boyz team. Remember, in Jamaica, we don't, in Jamaica, is sport. No, not sport. In Jamaica, football, we don't value education that much. All right? We don't value it. So we are going to always be saying that we have better people in the local to represent Jamaica. So we're going to always be saying that. So every coach has to come here and weed out that. That's the culture what we have, and it's not going to change. It will never change. All right. So he has to go through that period, people. And I'm not going to beat him through that period because I know all my people stays. They are the greatest thing, even when they have no knowledge at it. All right, and you have to show them, you have to make them embarrass themselves. And even when that happens, they won't want to give you what you truly deserve. But at least we know that he gets paid for this job. So they have to embarrass themselves by the coach evaluating them and see that they are not good enough and then pick the right person. So give him a little time. I would say give him a little time. You know the pressure. A lot of people in pole position in Jamaica exploiting the kids and filling line in their pockets. So he has to go through that like all the other coaches them. They have to line their pockets, so the coach have to find out, weed out the wrong ones them, weed out the wrong people them, period. You have a lot of pocket liners in Jamaica. That's a new name for them, the pocket liners. They don't care, they don't like incursion. You think of me, you see a fight against local players? I them a fight against local players because they are the pocket liners. They don't like no local player. All they just want is to ship out one of them. Period. All of them mans here, out here talking about they should be first on the list. They are just here to line their pockets, people. Period. All right, pocket liners. Let me write down that word. Pocket liners. That's a new name for them. Pocket liners. You know, nothing else. So he has to weed out the pocket liners, and then after that, we will see where it takes him from there. You know, it's tough to be coaching Jamaica team, and I think everybody can agree with that. It's tough to coach Jamaica team, so just give him little time. Damari was an EPL player before. No Bowser, no Cephas. Alger, we would break down that. I don't think Jamaica team is that big for we to not pick no Bowser. You know, we have to get other pieces before we jump at that. I would say no JPL players. I think we can say that from day one. We can say that from day one. We have enough players to not pick any JPL players. But if they are not good enough, let me put that in there because I know that people will not context what I'm saying. If they are not good enough, all right? Because I already called out a man talking about the 5% of mathematics, and I don't know what football education he has to evaluate who has 5% or 5% less. You understand me? So yeah. Does Shamar even have a club? Yes, Shamar has a club at this point. All right. Yes. If he does his job and recruit, we shouldn't be seeing those players. All right, Algie. All right. This coach, not a fool. I know he's not a fool. JD, local bias confirmed. Laugh out loud. Oh my God. I just corrected it and said none should make the team if they are not good enough. I have officially given up with these people. JD, don't beat around the bush. No, the man them say my wording is too harsh. So I'm trying to find the right word. All right. Yes. So I said if they are not good enough. Period. All right. So people, I've done my time. I've done my 2 hours. As I said, I am not 100% set up as yet because I need the electrician to come back to my house to sort out the lighting. I had some problems, yes. So that's why I don't have the big bad system set up as yet. So the system will be back in a day or 2. All right. Yeah, man. CFAS in Turkey, 2nd division. Ooh, ooh. All right, all right. We will talk about it, people. Don't take care of yourself. Don't beat up on yourself. All right. We can reason things like men and say what we feel. You know, yes, and let we process it properly before we jump to any conclusion. All right. So smash the like button and we will share and subscribe. Bye bye.